What's up to all of my Virgos out there? Welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. I am your astrologer, Emily, and today we're going to be taking a look at the astrology surrounding this upcoming new moon happening in Taurus tomorrow, Wednesday, April 22nd of 2020. So this new moon in Taurus with Uranus there is interesting because Uranus brings a very disruptive energy to the table here. This is sudden change. This is very sudden and abrupt kind of change in circumstance. And with Taurus, this has all to do with things like your physical worth, your possessions, your material worth, your property, also your self-worth and your self-value with Taurus, okay? So there could be some kind of sudden and abrupt change there, some kind of sudden loss even in a financial circumstance, a job, property, maybe having to move, some kind of very sudden change coming up there. But this happening in your ninth house as well might be giving you the opportunity to engage with some kind of activity or some kind of not activity, that's not the word that I'm looking for, but some kind of higher education. There's some other passion that you have in your life, Virgo, that you've been kind of split focused on, I think. And there's some kind of passion throughout this loss that's going to reveal itself as the opportunity for where you can put all of your energy into now. And I think that's going to be heavy for a lot of my Virgos throughout all of this. And I think also, on a more soul level, this will be bringing into congruence kind of your inner values and your outer philosophies about life. Are you living in alignment with those? Are your actions in alignment with what your core values are? Are your worldviews in alignment with what your core values are? Because now we're setting some intentions on the form that we want to put around this part of our life towards building this new and better reality for ourselves. And I think for my Virgos, this is going to be getting out of a lot of maybe an old routine that you've been in. Things are getting shaken up for all of us. And I think for you guys, this is shaking you into a way and better new direction, but there's going to be some losses and there's going to be some cuts along the way with Uranus there. And what we need to remember is that we've got to be flexible and we've got to be adaptable, and we're going to have to be creative in the ways in which we find the positives throughout all these losses. And it's going to be so important that you focus a little bit of attention on doing that, because the tone that you take in with all of these changes is going to dictate the emotional tone of this next cycle. What kind of DNA do you want to imprint into this? Do you want to bring in fear, anger, resentment, worry, anxiety, tension, or do you want to look for the creative positives and the creative solutions throughout all of this? And also, Virgos, it's going to be really important for you this week to have any of those conversations that you have been afraid of having in terms of what your long-term goals and your long-term visions and your long-term drives are for your reality that you want to create for yourself. Venus is in your 10th house getting ready to go retrograde. So wherever you're needing to have those conversations with people, partnerships, projects in your life, in relation to aligning what maybe the two of y'all's long-term goals are, the conversation needs to be had. We need to get going on making these decisions here, and we can't sit paralyzed in fear anymore. Now is the time to take action. So let me see here. I'm going to pull from the cards for my Virgos. Okay, so let's see. The first two cards we pulled are the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So I think a lot of my Virgos are like this right now. I feel so much tension seeing these two together, and I feel tension over trying to hold on to some of your emotions and trying to hold on and keep those in check, and also just trying to hold on to all of this energy that feels like it's ready to explode out of you. I feel like some of my Virgos are really undergoing some heavy anxiety right now over some of the changes that they're undergoing. And I think there's some spiritual theft of your energy going on as well. We did pull the Seven of Swords next. So these, God, this is uncomfortable times for some of my Virgos out there. I think this is some of these lower level, dark, archonic, demonic energies entering into your life force potential and feeding off of these anxieties and fears, and feeding off of some of these negative emotions that you're allowing yourself to ruminate on right now, my Virgos. And I think a lot of this is surrounding some of the decisions that you need to be making about the steps you should be taking for your future that are in alignment with you right now. My dog's drinking out of the water bowl. But there's some kind of theft of energy. There's a theft of mental space. There's some kind of manipulation going on in the air around you. So look to your circles, look to the people around you, look out there and really look and see if who you're hanging around is actually someone that's in alignment with where you want to be in your future. There is a lot of toxicity in the air. There really is. You pulled the Devil card. So there's some kind of addiction, and there's some kind of behavior, or there's some kind of person, or there's some kind of relationship that you are really, really allowing to rob a lot of your energy right now. And that's part of what needs to be let go, Virgo, so that you can set some new intentions and set some new values and set some new form around yourself that's more in alignment with the healer that you truly are and with that spirit that you truly have. So what is this toxicity that you need to let go of? I think you're in a place where you're resting and you should be working. He's kind of taking a rest, and I think you need to be working right now. I think you're very paralyzed in some kind of fear. A lot of my Virgos. Let me pull a spiritual advice card for you guys, because it's time for you Virgos to be taking action. Okay. South Node, life's debts. Okay, so yeah, there is definitely some kind of karmic clear out that you are still need to get through right now. And I think this is very connected to this Devil card too. This could be some kind of addiction that you're engaged with, some kind of behavior that you're engaged with that maybe you've tried to smooth the surface over on and make everything seem like it's okay there, but these circumstances going around in the world around us are bringing everything up to the surface. So there's something that you have to deal with there, some kind of toxicity that's holding you down. But the key to unlocking that is unpacking the karma in that and looking at some of those negative behaviors and looking at some of those patterns and seeing where you can consciously make steps to change that and build a future that's in more alignment with you. This is just part of a karmic clear out that you've got to get out. This is the purging. We're purging that out. So let it come out. And if you need support and if you need help and if you need guidance through some of these darker times where you might feel like you're experiencing some loss throughout the moment and really confused, call upon your higher guides, call upon your higher self, ask for support, ask for guidance, reach out to people around you, reach out to your family or your loved ones if you're going through some struggles, and really, really ask for support and ask for help, because I know it seems like a lot of you guys are really holding on to something tight, and there's some kind of toxic behavior pattern that's holding you back from stepping into this new reality. And it's some kind of behavior that isn't truly, or some kind of person that's not truly and authentically in alignment with what you want. So unpack that a little bit, you guys. I'm going to pull another card. Capricorn, I use. Okay, so yeah, now Capricorn does use things. Use this pain, use this experience, use all of these lessons that you have accumulated over the past lifetime of yourself and transmute that into an energy that's going to propel you forward into a better space. Use some of these things that are falling apart as creative ways to engage with a passion of yours that you've been neglecting. I mentioned that before. There is something there. There's some kind of interest or some kind of hobby or some kind of activity or some kind of intellectual interest that you have a side interest in that is revealing itself as an option for you to use as an actual vehicle to take you to where you actually want to go in your life. So engage with that energy. But in any case, I love you, all of my Virgos. I hope you're doing all right out there, and I will be praying for you guys. And I'll be back next week with the weekly astrology.